As the San Diego Chargers continue to climb toward the football playoffs, more controversy surrounds the search for a new stadium in San Diego. This time, the issue concerns taxpayers. KPBS reporter Sharon Heilbrunn has the story.
In football, there's a term known as KISS. It stands for Keep It Simple, Stupid, and it's a philosophy widely used by coaches. But when it comes to bringing a new football stadium to San Diego, you can kiss simplicity goodbye, at least for now. The discussion for a new stadium for the San Diego Chargers has now moved to a location in downtown San Diego. For years, the football organization has been discussing stadium options in Chula Vista, Oceanside, and Escondido, but the plans never materialized and never included taxpayer money. This time, they do.
The site downtown that everyone's really interested in is about 11 acres. Far smaller than the 166 acres at Qualcomm, the 130 acres in Chula Vista, the 100+ acres in Oceanside. Those sites all allowed us to build a development around the stadium that would have helped pay for the stadium. Downtown San Diego, that's not possible. You're just going to fit the stadium on the site barely. And so the question is, where can other money come from? And we believe it's important to be very straightforward with people. If there's a funding source, probably it's going to be from the public. And whether that's a good idea is up to the public to decide.
Now, I'm standing in front of the old Wonder Bread building, which is the proposed site for the new downtown stadium. It's just right next door to Petco Park, and all the infrastructure for a stadium is already here. Parking, public transportation, hotels, and restaurants. If a stadium is built here, it will be the smallest in the NFL, with just about 64,000 seats. Qualcomm Stadium, which the team considers outdated, is in major debt for the city of San Diego, according to City Councilwoman Donna Fry.
The city essentially is not getting any money from the Chargers, at least the net effect of that. So we're essentially upside down about $490,000 for 3 seasons, 2005, 6, and 7. I think it'd be great for San Diego to have a new stadium. What I don't think would be great is for the taxpayers to foot the bill.
According to Chargers special counsel Mark Fabiani, taxpayers would spend more than $300 million just to keep Qualcomm operating through 2020 when the Chargers play out their lease.
So this isn't a debate about spending money versus not spending money. That money's being spent, and if you're worried about your libraries and your police protection and your potholes, you should be worried that the city's wasting $300 million between now and 2020 at the Qualcomm site.
Since the city owns the Qualcomm site, the stadium could be torn down and the land could be sold off, or used to build something that actually generates revenue. But Fry says it's all smoke and mirrors.
When this last deal was negotiated to allegedly get rid of the ticket guarantee, the pitch was very similar. It's already costing you money, and so if you just do this deal, it will be better for you and more beneficial for the taxpayers. That's until the next deal that they want comes along, and then this deal's no good, and then they say, well, if you do a new deal, it'll be better than the old deal. I don't want to have to make decisions about, do we put in a new stadium and cut more police officers, or cut more fire, or close our parks, or shut down our libraries.
Since the proposed stadium is in the downtown redevelopment area, one funding option could be to use the city's redevelopment funds, which is money earmarked only for redevelopment and not for things like police and fire operations. However, the Center City Development Corporation, or CCDC, which administers the money, would likely need to raise its cap on how much money it can collect in property taxes to fund a project of this size. Funding new stadiums with public money is not a new idea. Petco Park, the Padres baseball stadium, was built with public money, as was the new Dallas Cowboys stadium. Fabiani said it would cost about $700 to $800 million to build the downtown stadium, with the Chargers and the NFL putting in about 38% of that.
Outside of California, most stadiums are paid for mostly by the public. The average around the league is about 65% public dollars for every stadium. The average in cities the size of San Diego, such as Denver, it's about 80% public funding.
There is another option, one that many people don't like to think about. The Chargers leave town. Qualcomm Stadium is shuttered, and the money spent on maintaining Qualcomm is rerouted to other priorities. Fry said that the cost, just on the debt service from the last time Qualcomm was renovated, is probably about $5.7 million a year.
And that goes on through 2020. And then, of course, you have the operations and maintenance and the upkeep. So the costs for sports in this town, I would guess, are well over $25 million between the Padres and the Chargers that are coming out on an annual basis.
CCDC has paid a consultant $160,000 from its administrative budget to study how the downtown stadium might be financed. That report is expected after the new year. The Chargers have also paid for an analysis of the site. Both reports will answer at least a few of the questions that surround the search for a new stadium. We want to know if you think public funds should be used to build a stadium in San Diego. Log on to kpbs.org/SDweek and leave us a comment. For KPBS, I'm Sharon Heilbrunn.